Hi guys. Hi guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ramali. Thank you for always coming back to support me. Like, you guys have literally no idea like how much I'm so appreciative, but the fact that you guys just keep coming back to support me. So yeah, it's been long since I did makeup. So today I'm gonna try a new, I see nowadays like doing just bare minimum makeup, just plain makeup is like kind of I wouldn't say outdated, but nowadays people are really going extra, like so extra with makeup. Yeah, so yeah, let's do this guys. So I'll be telling you a story that is so personal to me and so emotional because anyway, so let's start. So this story, I'll start by doing my eyebrows kwanza. Like, I haven't done makeup for a very long time, so but anyway, so this story happened actually there is no light, my god. But anyway, the important thing is the story, not even the makeup. So this thing happened when I was very young. Let me just pause you guys. I take a mirror because I can't even see. So this story happened when I was very young, not like that young, but I was about 7 years, I think. And you see, Kitambo, we never used to stay in Nairobi. Like, we used to stay at the village. We used to stay at the village, and then my dad was working here in Nairobi. So when school, we would come to Nairobi when the school closed, and then we'd go back to the village when the to resume school. So that time, like, my mom never really had a very good relationship like with the in-laws, with the father's side in-laws. Like, I don't know, most families it's always like that, by the way. So my mom never had that good relationship. Like, those people, like my aunties now, some of my aunties, not all of them, like my aunties kept like bugging her, and just just every time they would just pick on her, and just I know you understand. So she never really had that good relation with her in-laws. And so one time but the one thing for sure, like, my dad really loved my mom. Like, my dad really loved my mom. But now my dad was staying in Nairobi. So one time my mom just said, you know what, this thing, like, I'm done here. Like, I'm done with this marriage. So we packed our things, and then we went to my grandmother's place. Now from my grandmother's place, now my mom's side, now my mom's place where she was born to where she was married, it's not so far, like not so far. So you could start walking from 8 in the morning, and then you would reach maybe at 12 or at 2, let's just say at 2. But then you could panda a matatu and use like 1 hour. So it wasn't so far. So my mom packed her things and our things too, and we went to my grandma's place. So now we went to my grandma's place. Like, I've already done my eyebrows. Like, I'm not doing like the complicated makeup because so now we went to my grandma's place. Now at my grandma's place, now it's not my dad like who has made my mom come out of the marriage, and then she went back to where she was. Like, it's not my dad. It's my dad's siblings. It's my mom's in-laws. So like, my mom really loved my dad. My god, like, those people really loved each other. Like, they were poor, but they really loved each other. So when we reached to my grandma's place now, of course, now my mom, so that time it was my big sister, then me, And my small brother was very young. Like, my other sister wasn't even born. My small brother was very young, like the brother that is following me. So my mom left me and my sister at my grandma's place, and then she came to Nairobi with my younger brother now to stay with my dad for some time. And they so that they can also sort issues, of whatever happened. So yeah, so my mom came to Nairobi, and so that time, like, my dad was doing just odd jobs, like jokali jobs. He still does until today. So like, he wasn't getting like a lot, like he wasn't getting a lot of money. So when my mom came to Nairobi, obviously my grandmother expects my mom to be sending money, because like, you've left your children somewhere, so you have to be like sending them like upkeep money. So but when my mom came to Nairobi, I think, there wasn't like, my dad wasn't, there was no income coming, and so my mom stayed for a very long time without sending money to Ushago. And because you're staying with my grandmother, like my grandmother, like she has to work so hard, like so that we can have something to eat, like me and my big sister. So I remember some days she just go to the shop and just take things, like take foodstuffs on loan, and then she would pay once she gets money. So she was doing that for a very long time, and then one day she just decided, you two girls, like me and my sister, like, if your mother is not going to send money, I'm not going to loan anything. Like, you guys, like, could just stay here and die of hunger. Hey, my grandmother, like, she was a savage grandmother. Like, she died sometimes last year but one, and oh my god, I miss her so much. Oh, but anyway, so yeah, she said, she was not going to take anything on loan. So if my mom was not going to send money, she would just stay there and would die of hunger. And that woman, by the way, like, she meant what she said, because I remember the following days, like 4 to 5 days, we did not eat anything. My god. And hey, I have never felt that hunger. Oh my god, like, I've never felt that hunger, I'm telling you. So can you imagine, like, not eating anything for 4 days? So I remember, so we had not eaten anything on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and now it is on a Sunday. And the way you're feeling that hunger, like, my grandmother tells you must go to church. So we went to church feeling so hungry. My god, like, we were so hungry. And I remember I was walking and I was breathing so heavily. Like, so heavily, because I was dying. Like, I was almost collapsing and fainting, I'm telling you. So we went to church. Yeah, so I'm progressing very well. So where was I? Like, I was almost fainting, but then, like, I just gave myself, like, just gave myself, like, the inner strength. Like, I summoned my inner strength, and I went to church. Church was over, and then now it was time to go home. So we went home, and yeah, so like, at the village, like, the children go for Sunday school until 10. Then after 10, now you're released to go home, so that now you can go release their parents, so that now they can go to the main church. So after the service, yeah, we went home. So that we can release now my grandmother to go to the main service. And yeah, so on reaching home, like, my grandmother tells us, now because I'm going to church, you said that you'll go to the farm so that you can watch out for the squirrels not to eat the maize that had been planted. And my sister was supposed to go and take the goats to feed. to graze. Is it to graze or to feed, like whatever. So that was what my sister was supposed to do. And my god, like I'm feeling so hungry, like I cannot even stand. But then, this is my grandmother, she's working so hard, you don't want to disappoint her. So we went, so me, so my sister took the goats to go and feed, and me, I went to the farm to watch out for the squirrels not to eat the maize that had been planted. So on reaching the farm, I'm telling you, I was so hungry, I could not even watch out for the squirrels. So I just went and I slept somewhere on the floor. Now I slept somewhere, and guys, like what happened, like after I slept there, like me remembering that I always cry by the, but I'm not going to cry now. Like I've been crying over that thing for the past 15 years. Past 15? Yeah, I think past 15 years. So anyway, so I went and slept. And do you know those two small insects, when you pour, for like when you pour sugar on the table or on the floor, there are those insects that always come to eat the sugar and just they crowd there. Do you know, I slept on that floor until those insects, they were just biting me, and I could not even, like, I had no strength, like, to move my hand to just those insects. Like I was just there feeling pain. Those insects were just biting me and I could not do anything because I was so hungry to even move my body. Can you imagine? So I just had my grandmother lock the door so that now she can go to church. And I'm telling you, I just walked from there, and it was like I was crawling because I could not even walk. Now I was crawling to go home to sleep because I could not even breathe. But the hunger really kills people. You guys don't joke. I could not even breathe, imagine. So I just crawled and I went, opened the door, and I slept. Funny enough, the same thing was also happening to my sister at the grazing field, because after my grandmother left, my sister just brought the goats back home. She went and closed them at where they always sleep. And I had my sister come and I started laughing, like my god, that was not even laughter. That laughter and you breathing so heavily, but I'm like, hey, my sister is feeling so hungry. Even her, she's come home after she had my grandmother go. So yeah, so we were there, and I remember that day, like actually this story is sad. So sad. Wow. So where was I? So yeah, I was feeling like laughing when my sister brought the goat. So after I have slept for like I can't even remember like for how long I slept. But when I woke up, like I remembered, like you guys remember after you've now cooked ugali or cooked githeri, and the food that always remain at the at the bottom of the sufuria, and then when you're washing, like you just go and pour with the water. I just remembered where we always poured the ugalis and the githeri, and I just went back there and I was looking if I could find drawn food so that I can eat. My god. You can laugh if you want, but this is not even funny. So I went to look for those ugali, and oh my god, like the chicken had already eaten everything. Because can you imagine if you're starving? That means there's no even food for the chickens. So the chickens, like they will be like, once you go and pour the ugali, like they'll be so fast to go and finish everything. So there was nothing because the chicken had already eaten those ugali. And I was there like, oh my god. So luckily enough, my god, this god listens, I beg now. So luckily enough, I saw my uncle coming. Like my uncle was staying at the local town. My uncle was staying in Mwingi town now. So I saw him come home because it was a weekend on a Sunday, and he was carrying bread. Yeah, he was carrying bread. Was there milk? Yeah, he came with bread and milk. And my God, Yani, the process of going to light the fire, because it's lighting the fire traditionally. So the process of going to light the fire and waiting for the tea to cook so that now you can eat. Wow, Yani, that was the longest period of my life, I'm telling you. But yeah, so my uncle, my big sister went and she cooked tea and we ate. And now I had energy back, like I was now revived and I could now conquer the world. And I'm here because, hey. Anyway, guys, let me finish my makeup first. So yeah, that's what happened to me. Like, that's how hunger almost killed me when I was young, and I'm so glad I survived it, by the way. So I'm done with my makeup. What do you guys think? Okay, I know I said people go extra with makeup. Now this one, I look like a goth now. I look like a joker because I'm the villain here. But anyway, this is not even extra. Like, this is so extra in a very shady way. Yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. You guys continue subscribing. Thank you so much for the support so far. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Hey, I'm even confused now, but yeah, so thank you guys for watching.